I'm Colby Collier, owner of CNS Productions. We're a full-service production company based in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I first met Tom several years ago. I was a frequent member of the webinars, always tuned into the newsletter, things like that. We engaged in a one-on-one coaching. He helped with a lot of my questions coming out of the pandemic. I felt like it was a good time for me to start fresh. What I was really looking for more than anything was a mentor. I needed someone with industry experience that I could bounce ideas off of, get feedback from, and continue my trajectory of growth in a way that, met some sort of milestone for me. So we spent a bunch of time kind of working on big picture stuff as well as some granular details. We continually changed our structure to fit the needs that I had at the time, where right now that is a monthly one-on-one call and access to the peer group. Before I began working with Tom, I really had no ability to compare or test my ideas. I also didn't know if I was headed in the right direction or not. I felt generally like we were doing well as a company, but I had no objective perspective for that. And so that's one of the big challenges that he helped me solve, was providing an outsider's opinion that let me compare and contrast the way that we were performing versus some other companies in the industry, or just generally against my own goals. He's always kind of held me to a high level of accountability to my own goals, and that's something that's really hard to do as an internal process within yourself. So when I hired Tom, I actually made a decision at that time, while we were looking for possibly hiring another employee. I decided to hire Tom instead. I reviewed that decision and decided that there was enough information there supporting the idea that Tom could probably help me grow in efficiency and make the need for that employee obsolete. And I needed to explore that possibility. I kind of knew that it was true, but I really felt like he could provide enough value to make it not as much of an important hire as what I thought it was at the time. And that did turn out to be true. After engaging with Tom, I saw some pretty quick change in the way that he was having me approach some problems. I had a pretty big tendency to over-engineer anything that I touch. And so he really helped me not overcomplicate the problems that I was having. He really wanted me to stay tuned in to the issue itself instead of the over-manufacturing of some sort of complicated solution, which is what I would often get lost in. Something that Tom has helped a lot with in terms of our trajectory is giving us a roadmap to being able to establish an identity for ourselves and understand how to work that in the marketplace. So it was really important for us to understand who we were, where we are, and outline some goals for where we wanted to be. Making those things actionable was challenging at the time, but one of the biggest results that we've seen is the ability to take a goal and assign some action to it and follow that through. I continue to work with Tom for a couple big reasons, and I would say the biggest one is his honesty. Tom provides a perspective that I don't have of myself, and he tells me when I'm being a bad manager, or he tells me if I'm too emotionally attached to something and I just need to reel it back in. It's really important for me to have that perspective that is truly objective from someone that, has the best interest of the company in mind. Something that's really important to me is not only access to Tom's mind and his experience, but also access to the experience of all of his other clients through the peer group. I've gained so much valuable insight from the other people in the peer group, and I'm often able to learn from their mistakes before I ever have to make them myself. And that's something that I can't really assign a value to.